Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at an application or a game on the Oculus Quest platform called Arcade Rangers. Recently came to the store, and this is an application that is really cool because it lets you create your own arcade and bring in your own ROMs and your own games for different emulators and stuff and build out your arcade in any way you want. It even does it in mixed reality, so you can build out an arcade either in VR or in mixed reality as well. Has a bunch of different mini games that you could add to the arcade. You can customize the artwork on the arcade, you can customize the jukebox music bar, you can customize posters around there and all these sorts of things, and you can use the X arcade stick that we're going to be talking about that I did a full review on this channel. All the links down to my affiliate links if you guys want to support me will be down below. And I'm really excited to talk about this because a lot of people have been confused on how to actually use this application. So I made a tutorial video as part of this video as well, so you guys can see how easy it is to add these ROMs and add these posters, add your own custom music and all that kinds of stuff, and add your own custom artwork for the cabinets that you have in your arcade, and you could be well on your way having a great time like I am with this application after watching this video. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and we're here with Arcade Ranger, a game that released recently on the Oculus Quest store. And I'm really excited to talk about it for a few reasons. One, there's been a lot of people asking how you actually use this application and how you actually add your own ROMs and your own pictures and stuff. And we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it actually is. And then also, and I'll have a link down in the description with the if people want written rules, you can see underneath the video, like I'll have the tutorial that they posted in the Discord as well, so you guys have that as well. And then the other reason I'm really excited about this because this goes in part with the X Arcade. I did a video on the X Arcade. Here's the virtual item of it, the X Arcade tank stick that you can use within this game, so you can play these games. Like if I go up to this arcade machine with that and actually have physical controls in front of me that I can use with the arcade that we're going to be talking about as well. This is the home area that you start in. As you can see here, you can see their latest updates. Campaign mode already launched, multiplayer mode ready to play by the end of December, blah blah blah. Major features coming in Q1. AI character system, interact with dynamic intelligent NPCs. Lottery ticket, earn lottery tickets by completing missions and redeem them for exclusive rewards. So you can see some of the stuff that they're working on. You can see a video that they have here that kind of shows off the X Arcade and what it could actually do. There you go, where you plug in your Oculus right there, you pick it up. And then there you go, you can turn any space into playing with the real arcade controls like I talked about. Which is really awesome. So that's really cool. But before we get into the tutorial and how all that works, let's go ahead and let me show you what this game has to offer so far. So they do have tutorial levels that you can play with. They also have mixed reality as well, so you can put an arcade in front of your house here and do that. They have a sandbox mode that lets you do whatever you want. And then they just added the campaign mode where you can actually, as you can see coming soon, you'll be able to join with your friends. But you can host an arcade and basically go through a campaign trying to build up that arcade, you know, that similar idea where you have to build up the arcade, earn money, and then get more arcade machines and kind of build it out, which is cool. But we're going to go ahead and concentrate right now on sandbox mode, because that's very similar to the rest of the modes, just done in a different way. Like I said, campaign mode will be done in a way where you get to earn money and progress, but in sandbox mode, you can just build whatever you want. So we're going to host our own. I am going to select a save here. And we're going to start off with a new one just because I want to show you guys the different ones. We're not going to start with the new one. I'm going to just show you here. So you can see that you can start in default worlds, which is cool. And they all are kind of already themed for you, so you don't have to do any of the work. If you want to just start with a landscape, you can see the different worlds that they have and the different environments that they're in. They have a lot of presets, which is really cool. So you can choose from there and then name your shop and then start from there. You can either default it to the scene arrangement, so it starts off with a bunch of different arcades and everything laid out, or you can just start it off empty so you can just do it yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and load my save from the last time I played this, named YouTube, because this is the one I plan on using, and we're going to go ahead and start the game here just to give you guys an idea. So you can see as everything loads up, this is my current arcade that we have going on. This is the scene that they start you with. So I'm going to go ahead and actually lower the music a little bit just so it's not loud in everyone's face here. So we'll go ahead and lower that to there just so it's more of background music so it doesn't get in the way of me talking to you guys. But you can see here, you know, this is my arcade. This is what they usually default as. And I do like how they did this, like the arcade and everything you could build. And, you know, they have an axe throwing game and mini basketball. You can see everything that they did, the decorations of neon stuff on the wall. You got some darts over here, all these different things. So what I wanted to show you guys is some of the customization that you could lay out on here. So first of all, if I pull up the menu here, you can see all the different things that you can add. Now obviously they did a lot of this work for you in this room, but you could still add more on top of it. You can see different mini games like the archery grid. You got some chairs that you can add, and it's really easy to just grab this stuff and just lay them out. You got a bowling machine, Coca-Cola, all these different things that you can kind of add in here as you see me scroll through. Summer decorations. You can see some of the different arcades that they have in here. These are the different neon signs that you can add, and you can make them as big or as small as you want. Here's those neon strips that you see on the wall. You got a DJ booth. All of these different things that you can kind of add. You got a jukebox, a Japanese version of the arcade machines. All of these different things that you can kind of customize your arcade with and kind of make it your own. And again, you can make it as big or as small as you want. So for example, if I were to grab a chainsaw here it is right here. You can see you can put it on the wall if you want to, but you can see right here in front of me, you can also scale it smaller. You can scale any of these objects to be as big as you want them to be. And then you could just press A and boom, there it is. Now it's hanging on the wall. So it's just as easy as that to edit your builds and edit your arcade and add whatever you want to it with all these different options. But what makes this game cool is obviously the fact that you can bring your own ROMs and actually play these games in here. So if I go up to one of these arcade machines here, as you can see, I can go ahead and click on it. Actually, let's do this one because it's easier. This is themed to Street Hunters. So this is obviously what they put in the game. They can't use the real licensed names, just like this one here is Donkey King and Duplicate Dragon. So they're using unique artwork because they can't obviously use, you know, the ones that they want you to use and stuff like that. So what you can do is not only can you bring ROMs into the game, but people have been making artwork for these arcade machines as well in the Discord, which is awesome. So if I go to custom, you can see the different ones that I have. I have a Pac-Man one that this guy has been making, 1942, Ghosts and Goblins, Street Fighter 2, Double Dragon, Jurassic Park, Donkey Kong. So those are the 7 that have been made so far, and he's making a couple new ones every once in a while. So make sure to join the Discord if you guys want to check these out. Or obviously make your own. They will be in the instructions down below in the description on how you can actually make your own. They do have an instruction guide on how to do that, so you can do that as well. But then when you have them downloaded, you can go ahead. Let's say this is Street Fighter. Boom! Now you actually have the Street Fighter artwork on here. This is Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat together. Then you can go back, and then I can go into my ROM directory, and you can see the directories I have built on the Quest, which we'll talk about how to do here in a little bit. I have my ROMs listed in here. And then I have Street Fighter 2 in here, and I can hit confirm. And you can turn on the X arcade mode if you want or not, using those controls that I talked about with the arcade stick. But right now we're not, so we're going to go ahead and hit play now. And boom, there you go. Now you have that sitting right there, and you can see that you have Street Fighter playing on there in attract mode. I can go ahead and add a coin by hitting, I believe it's the right, is it the right stick? Yeah, right stick has just added a coin into there, and now you can see player 1 start. You could press the left analog stick to bring up the MAME stuff, so you can go ahead and change the controls to the controller if you want to, as you guys know how to use MAME. So you can pull it up in there and then navigate through if you need to. And then when you're ready, you can kind of exit this and just kind of move away from it. And if I bring this back up here, you can see they also have a tutorial which kind of goes through how to set up the X arcade stick, which is cool, and how you need to do that. So this is good. They just added this recently. They tell you also how to add the ROMs on here, which is good, like some of the stuff I just talked about and I'll be showing you in this video, and how to customize some of the arcade stuff that we're talking about, which is great. And then again, you can have this multiple arcades. So I can go ahead and now do the same thing on this one. And then I can edit the painting on here and go to custom and then look for my Donkey Kong one that I have and select that and then confirm. And it's just as simple as this to kind of set this up. Then go back in here and go into MAME 2010, and then you can see Donkey Kong right here, and boom, you can confirm that and play it right here, and there you go. Now you have Donkey Kong being played on there. And you can go ahead and exit. and then walk around, and there you go. Now you have the artwork of Donkey Kong. It does have the side art just like it does on here. So I love that you can customize all the artwork that people are making online, which is fantastic. So you can see there the artwork there for Double Dragon is being played. You got Street Fighter there and Donkey Kong, which is cool. And you can keep doing this for different arcades that you have around the room and customize it and do whatever you want with this stuff. That's what makes this awesome, is that you can come in here and now play these games, map it to your actual Oculus controllers, and just play them with your Oculus controllers, or use that X arcade stick for a more arcade feel, but just being in VR and making your own arcade and feel like you have your own arcade at home with that tank stick in front of you that will show off, and be able to play these games, which is freaking awesome. You can customize even more stuff in the game. So this poster right here, you can actually customize your own poster, and you can just put pictures that are on your Oculus Quest, and I'll show you guys that when we get to the tutorial. See, these are some of the ones that I added. So you can add something like this, or Ready Player One that I added because that's one of my favorite movies. So you could just add a Ready Player One poster and add posters all over here and customize that. So not only can you customize the arcade, you can also customize that. You can also come into the jukebox and customize music in here. They have to be in .wav file, so I haven't done that yet because most of my things are in MP3 format. I have to convert them. But if you put .wav music in your Oculus, then you can go ahead and access them on here and then play that music while you're in the arcade. And then when people come over and you invite your friends, they'll see they'll see your arcades, they'll see your music, they'll see the customizations you did with the poster and stuff. They'll see how you laid out your arcade and stuff. So this is really, really cool stuff that you can kind of customize your arcade, as much as you can. I hope that they keep adding and expanding more things that you can add into your arcade to customize it. But I love this, and I love what they're doing here, and I, love the fact that you can just have all your main ROMs customized and, added onto here, and you can have them all in a track mode and feel like you're in an arcade in your own house, which is awesome. And when they add online multiplayer coming at the end of December, like they said, that's going to be freaking awesome. But let's go ahead and now exit this, go back to the lobby here now that gives you guys an idea of how the game functions. I'm just going to show you MR mode really quickly just for a second. This is a mixed reality. We're going to go ahead and hit start. Please be careful. Oh, and there it is. So you can see that you can add different arcades into here, and the same logic applies as what you did before. So I customized this before, that's why this is in here, but you can bring up the build utility just like you could before, and now you can add things in your home in mixed reality, which is really interesting. And that's how you can see a flag over there, and I can add all these weird things everywhere. I could add a bow right here. Whatever you want to do in mixed reality that I just showed you before, and all these objects, you could do them in mixed reality. And the same thing applies here. This Double Dragon thing is huge in front of me, but I can go ahead and click it and then do the exact same thing and redecorate it and still access all the same things that I talked about before, like Miss Pac-Man right now, and then come in here and customize it. And again, go back in here and open this up here. Scroll down. And you can see I can just confirm this, and there you go. And now you can see Miss Pac-Man is starting up, and now you have a full-on arcade, fully decked out with the artwork here on the side, and then you're playing this right here in your room as if it was here. So there's a lot of customizability. Not only, I think it's cool that you can be in VR, fully immersed in the arcade, and using that arcade tank stick from X Arcade, but also the fact that you can also build out your arcade in mixed reality. So even if you don't have the actual space for it, you can kind of map this all out in your home and put all this. This is the Japanese arcade that I put behind me that I almost forgot about, which is really cool. And yeah, you can customize it to whatever you want in mixed reality or not, which I think is awesome. Again, I think they're doing a great job with this stuff and how this all works. So again, we're going to go back here to the main lobby here. I'm going to give you guys now that kind of covers what the game does right now and what it can kind of do. Again, it has the campaign mode as well, which is cool. And the tutorial of it will show you a little bit more things. The sandbox is where I spend most of my time, and in MR. But again, then you also have this X Arcade stick here. So what I want to show you now is a tutorial of how easy it is to just add these folders into your computer. And then again, we're going to have the instructions that they put in the Discord. I'll have it down in the link below in the video so you guys can access them. But I just want to show you guys really quickly. It's very, very simple. All right, guys, so really quickly, I'm just going to show you guys how easy it is to set this up on your computer here with those ROMs and everything. Of course, you're going to have to source your own ROMs and figure out where all that is, but I will show you guys all the things I was just talking about. So obviously my Quest is right here connected, just connected via USB-C cable with the same cable that your Quest 3 came with. Plug it into your computer. All right, guys, so here we are on the desktop here. So all you're going to do once that Quest is connected is you're going to come to this PC like usual, look at your Quest 3 that's sitting in there, go into internal shared storage, And then you're going to go into Android. Then you're going to go into data. And then you're going to look for the folder called pumpkinvr.retroverse. You can see it right here, com.pumpkinvrar.retroverse. So you're going to open that up. Then you're going to go into Files. Then you're going to go into Unreal Game, then Retroverse again, then Saved. And then this is where the structure of the folders is going to be. Again, here is the actual area that you're going to want to go into right here. In case you guys need it again, there it is. And then you're going to end up here. And most of you guys are not going to have these folders created. Now, before you even do any of these steps that I forgot to mention, make sure you actually run the Arcade Ranger game on your Quest once before you come in here so it creates the folders that it needs to. So yeah, make sure you do that first. But anyway, once you come in here, if these folders are in here that I'm about to tell you, just create them. Just right-click the area and then hit New Folder. And then create these exactly how I show you here. So for example, poster, the posters that you saw me put on the wall. Create the poster folder if it's not here with a capital P-O-S-T-E-R. Come in here and then drop in the PNG files that you want to use for your posters. They need to be 1024 by 1024 resolution. And then you could just put them in here and they will show up just like the 4 that I have in here that you saw me put while I was in the application there. You can put those in right there. Then if you want to add music, you would just create a music folder, capital M-U-S-I-C. Create that folder if it's not there. Then you can organize them by artist folders or whatever you want the folders to be. Like I have a random one. And then .wav is sitting in here. Remember, they have to be .wav files for this to actually work. It can't be .mp3 or anything. And then also, if you want to add the cabinet artwork like I talked about on the arcades, that you can either create yourself by following the instructions that will be linked down below. Along with these instructions as well, if you guys want a written guide, they will be down there. But if not, you can create this arcade folder, capital A-R-C-A-D-E. And then you can add these UV files in here. You can see that they're done uniquely, so you need to follow the instructions on how to create these, or go into the Discord and join the guy who's been making these, which he's been doing a fantastic job, because I didn't create these myself, but he's been doing a great job, as you can see, and you saw them in the game on how they look like, but this is how they're supposed to be designed, so it actually looks correctly in the game. So just keep that in mind, that it's you have to do some customization work to get these to go in there, but then you can add them into this arcade folder with these PNG files, and then you'll be ready to go. Now, as far as the ROMs go, you're going to have a My ROMs folder. Again, if the folder is not created, create it. Capital M, lowercase y, capital R, capital O, capital M, lowercase s, My ROMs. And then you're going to go ahead and open the folder. And these are the folders that I've created so far. These are not created there for me. But basically, you create the folders based on the emulator name, and that's going to be the other folder or other file here that I'm going to have linked below, is this one right here that gives you the emulator names, and that's how you know what to call these folders. Obviously, the ones that you see in front of you here are the ones I created that do already match those because I've been using them. But obviously, this thing also works with Super Nintendo emulators and Sega Genesis and stuff that I haven't set up because I've just been playing arcade games on it. But if you want to set those up, then obviously use this file here to look up the emulator name, create the folder in here, and then name it the exact name as the emulator name, and then you'll be good to go. But for now, for example, if you do MAME 2010 or MAME 2023 _ plus or MAME 2023, MAME 2000, depending on what version your ROMs are. Mine were 2010, and that's what I'm using. So MAME 2010, I created that folder there. And then these are where all my ROMs are. I just have them in the zip folder like they usually would come. You just drop them in here, and that is basically it. You add them into the retrospective folders for the emulators, and then they'll show up, and then you'll be ready to go. And again, you can create other emulators or folders that you need for the other emulators that you want to use in here off of this file. And then the other file that's going to be linked below is just the instruction guide that the developers made, which is basically going through some of the stuff that we just talked about in this guide. Adding custom content for the pictures. It tells you how to create the UV format for the artwork on the side, like I just talked about before, which is cool. So that will be linked down below, and you'll see how that works. And then how to add custom music will all be there as well. So hopefully this video helped you guys out as far as getting this set up. It's pretty easy to add these emulators and customizations into the Oculus, and yeah, that's how that works. But let's go ahead and just take a look real quick at the X arcade stick that I was talking about before. All right, guys, so here is my X arcade stick that I was talking about before. It is right here for you guys. And this thing is awesome. I did a full review on this. That's why I'm not concentrating too much on this video. I did an hour review on this thing. I went through it top to bottom on hardware. I showed you Arcade Ranger in that video as well. And I actually did gameplay using this arcade stick in Arcade Ranger. If you guys want to see that, the video link will be down in the description below. But I'm just telling you guys and showing you guys what this looks like. It's awesome to be able to put your VR controllers in here like they showed in the video there. And then you put your headset on, and then you can actually be using these sticks to be able to use it. And the link to purchase one of these will be down below as well. I think these things are awesome, not only because it works with the VR, which is what I use it for the most, but now I have a 2-player arcade stick that I can also use on other systems like my Xbox One, my 360, my PlayStation 5, and all those things. If you buy the adapters, you can use them on all of them, the Nintendo Switch. And that's freaking awesome that it uses it. And I love the stand that it's on, because not only does it look cool, and then that lights up when it's turned on, the X Arcade logo down there, but you can also move it up and down. So if you're sitting down, you can still use it. If you're standing up like it is right now, you can use it standing up. So it has a lot of, ease of use of it. And they actually just sent me, and I haven't put it on here yet, and I'll give you a quick look at it in a second. They sent me spinners, so I can actually change this out and put some spinners on this thing as well, which is going to be awesome to play those games like Warlords and stuff in that Arcade Ranger game, because obviously you can see this is just joysticks, but they actually let you customize it and just came out with an add-on for 50 bucks for this thing that you can actually add 2 spinners, which is awesome. And these are actually the spinners right here. I'll be doing a separate video on this when I get to it. This is the instructions that it came with on here that I'm saving to scan. But you can see here the spinners, and you're going to connect this to it and set it up. It comes with a little control board as well. But this is going to be awesome to be able to play even more of those games that you want to play that use spinners in MAME, because you could obviously hook up that X Arcade to your PC as well. But any way you want, it's going to be awesome hooking these up when I get to it. All right, guys, and that covers the Arcade Ranger application on here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you guys got some use out of it. This is a great thing to have, whether you have the X Arcade stick or not. It doesn't matter. It's awesome that you can play this in VR and have your own arcade. Even if you don't have the room for it, you can still build at your arcade and still play with the Oculus controllers, which is awesome, or an Xbox controller. If you hook it up to your Quest via Bluetooth, you could do that as well, don't forget, and then play it that way. So you have a variety of options. But of course, my favorite way of doing this is using the X Arcade stick, because it feels like I'm playing in an arcade in VR, using the actual controls, which is awesome. And again, the link down in the description below, my affiliate link will be down there, so you guys can purchase the X Arcade stick if you want to. I think it's the coolest thing to add into this game if you want to go that level. And of course, the X Arcade stick is not just made for this game. If you buy it, you get to use it for everything else in your house, your Xbox, your PlayStation, your everything else. VR is just one component of it. You can use it for all your systems, just like all the X Arcade sticks have been in the past. But obviously, VR is where I'm concentrating on. So, guys, the game will be down below if you guys want to purchase it and support the channel with the affiliate link. So with the X Arcade down there below. And I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.